Hi, I'm Claude.
And I'm Clinton, and we're the Lamest Defenders. On this week's We've Got Issues, I review the newest Powers of X and a brand new Age of Conan, the Barbarian series.
Surprisingly, I'm doing an Amazing Spider-Man review, and also I'm also following a tie-in for the Absolute Carnage event coming right now from Marvel. Let's
So this week I reviewed a brand new series from Marvel, Age of Conan, the Barbarian, Exodus. It is basically details Conan's journey from his home country of Cimmerian, Cimmerian. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Cimmerian.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing that really caught me off guard, and I really love about this book actually, is that it's there is no word of English in it. There is a part where it's written in...
It's like my term papers in college.
There is a part where they're speaking to each other, but it's basically in their native language.
Okay.
And you have... It looks like Nordic runes, you know.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. I really liked it. It was just a narrative. It was just a story, because, I mean, Conan is not the kind of character that is going to have an inner monologue as he's walking, like, oh, this
exposition.
Yeah, he's not going to wax philosophically about things. So he's just, hunt, kill, consume.
Fight, yeah.
So he's very simple, and I really am starting to appreciate that more and more from him as a character. I don't know where it's going.
Okay.
If this is just his story to wherever he's going, like that, I don't know if it's a miniseries or not. I hope it is, because I mean it's interesting. I hope they don't do this all the time for every issue. That'd be a little like, okay, that
just doesn't have the legs to carry on.
No. I mean it's a cool. It really hooks you. It's like, okay, I want to see where this goes. But it's like in those movies where they'll speak German, but then they'll eventually start speaking English. Okay. It's like, okay, you know they're still speaking in their native language. Right. But I don't need to see you speaking German the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, let's just go. So I would actually, I'm going to say pass on this for now.
Okay.
I wait till issue 2, and then after that, see what happens.
All right.
But if issue 2 stands up, yeah, I would say this is definitely a series to look into. But for right now, it's just kind of like, just wait and see.
Just hold off.
Wait and see. Yeah.
Gotcha. For mine is, the first comic for me is Separation Anxiety. It's a one-shot tie-in to the Absolute Carnage event going on that I reviewed last week that I absolutely loved. And really harked on the fact that there's like 23 to like 1,000 tie-ins for this event, like all Marvel events. And the first tie-in that I read is this one, and it's actually great. Yeah. I was very, very surprised, and I'm loving it. I wish there was more, but as a one-shot, obviously you don't get any more unless it just ties directly into the event. It's written by Clay McLeod-Chapman, and it's drawn by Brian Lovell. And the drawings, you have the symbiotes, and they do such a good job. The story basically kind of goes around with 4 symbiotes that were created by the Life Foundation, and then Scream, I guess, was one of those. There was 5, and I guess she escaped or something like that. That's in her own comic. But these 4, their original hosts have been killed, so they're now... they all combined, and they're taking the form of a stray dog so they can kind of get around. So it's a German Shepherd, and it eventually finds a girl basically on her porch because her parents are fighting inside, and she didn't want to hear any of that. And the dog's attracted to her, and then the little girl takes her inside. And then hijinks happen after that. Basically, the parents that are in arguments, they get infected by 2 of the symbiotes. And of the 4 symbiotes that are combined, it's Lasher, Riot from Venom movie. We all know who that is.
Classic Riot.
Agony, and Phage. So, those are just... everybody knows who those guys are, basically.
Absolutely. You didn't even need to finish the list. I already know what you're talking about.
Without going into too much spoilers, basically this is kind of like a Home Alone, only rated R,
okay.
and lots of death and some hijinks with the neighborhood, and it's really cool because you have this little girl. She has a little brother who's probably like 5 or 6, and she's trying to protect her little brother, and she's around 9, and yeah, again, it's just, you got to read it. This one's a fun one, so check it out, and I definitely recommend you guys buy it.
Okay, cool. All right. I continued the X-Men relaunch with Powers of X #2. The easiest way to describe this is, if this is your first issue, if this is like, you know what, I'm going to check out this series, and you pick this one up,
God,
you can't. You'll have no idea what's going on. You'll recognize names, but they don't, like, I don't know what these names mean to me.
Right.
Like,
and this is coming from a longtime X-Men.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
But you have to have read the previous one, obviously, but then you've also had to read House of X 1 and 2 for all of this to make sense.
Right.
It is tying in very well. But that's my kind of my gripe, I guess, is that they're doing it every week instead of drawing. Well, I don't like drawing it out like 6 months, but I understand that Marvel wants to get this going. But man, it's like $6 every week. Like, that is just one.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, that's fine. Really, do we have to do this? Like, but
they must be really, really hoping to buy like the CEO like a new boat, because you had this Absolute Carnage event going on too, and it's got 23 tie-ins with that.
Yeah, so. I mean, but that's just it. It's good. Like, I can't say don't buy it. Please do buy it. It's really good, but it's also like the story is really starting to go now. Yeah. It's really moving.
Okay.
And it's just, this is an issue where you will finish it and be like, it'll be on the last page, and you just kind of turn it over, just start over again, because there's so much into it. It's very dense.
You need to let it soak and try it again.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I read that, then I need to reread it, like actually read it. So I'm not even going to talk spoilers, because I wouldn't even know where to go. I don't know what to start with.
Right.
A lot of X-Men heroes and villains show up in this. It does show how Magneto and Xavier became partners for this current run, which was really a really good scene. I like that a lot. But short, buy it, read it. It won't waste your time. It's a good book. It's just, it's a lot to go through.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
So unfortunately, I did have the misfortune of reading Amazing Spider-Man number 27. I think it was 2 weeks ago. It wasn't last week that I read number 26, and I hated it.
Yeah, you did.
Because there wasn't. It was a bunch of B-list characters. With Nick Spencer and Nick Spencer, the writer, also did the Superior Foes of Spider-Man, and so he's bringing back all these, I want to say, useless characters that you just don't care about, and it's just like he's stuck. This feels like this isn't an Amazing Spider-Man story anymore. This is just a Superior Foes of Spider-Man 2, it feels like. Because Peter Parker / Spider-Man was barely in it. And it's his story, his name's on the title. And I don't want to read a Boomerang and Beetle comic. And, for the last issue, in number 26, Peter Parker didn't even, suit up as Spider-Man, which is fine usually if the story's good, and but the story's not good, and then in this one, so he finally gets to be Spider-Man and actually have a fight with these all-female led team of supervillains called the Syndicate, and the first thing he does is punch Doc Ock, the female version of Doc Ock, in the face, like just pow, like right there, and it's just
right
like,
kiss her.
And it's just, come on, it's just I don't know what what the message is here, because it's so muddled down, and it seems like a rehash of what he did as Superior Foes, with like focusing on Boomerang, which is a character you're just like, at this point you don't really care. At least I don't. I've been reading all of the Amazing Spider-Mans, and Beetle. It's just oh my god! Like, can we like talk about characters we actually care about, and like I know this is filler because what they.
I was just gonna say that. Like, usually this sounds like a filler series. Series, just like, okay, we've got to just get some issues out until our next big event, but we have to wrap up the X-Men thing first. So
right,
I guess why don't you just rehash the Superior Spider-Man?
Yeah, and it's like having, ice cream for dinner. Only that ice cream is like a coffee flavor you don't want at all, and there's no substance, and it's not going to keep you full, and you're pissed at the end of it. It's just these things, like the Amazing Spider-Man right now is teasing a new character, a new villain. Okay. That villain it's just from the very beginning. It's just like, can we start developing more on that character, because that's really what you want to see. And then this new supervillain they're really teasing isn't even original by itself. It just feels like a watered down, almost it's a mixture of a Scarecrow from Batman and Mysterio. Only he's real dark and spooky. So he's an edgelord.
Sounds like Mysterio.
Yeah, and it just I don't really care. Like and it's just they need to pivot here. The storytelling right now is not great, and definitely don't buy it. And Nick Spencer, please, for the love of everything, can we stop with stop with Boomerang and continuing on your old Superior Foes of Spider-Man comic line, because this is Amazing Spider-Man, and we want to put that in the the back.
I'm tired of hearing this.
Yes,
twice a month this book comes out.
And
I have to listen to this.
Right, lots of.
I don't like it either. I need this has to stop right now.
The line has to be drawn somewhere.
Exactly.
But if there was any comics that you guys read this week, please let us know what you thought, and and if you read these comics, let us know.
If there's anything you want us to review, we would be happy to do so.
Definitely.
Just let us know.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Drop us a line.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.